Hi, my name's Simon, GM8NYB. I've been restoring a CR100 these last few weeks or months. A slow process, I'm only doing it a little bit at a time. Previously I'd removed the coil pack. Well, I hadn't removed it, it was already removed for me, but I split it up and I started to clean up the components on it, cleaned up the switches, the switch wafers, and I've been continuing with that. I replaced some of the capacitors that looked dodgy, and lots of the capacitors on the oscillator side seem okay, so I've left them. There's a few resistors on a couple of them, they've been replaced, and I've replaced all the cables there and put new silicon insulated cables on. I've also took the shields and I gave them a spray or some grey paint, and they've come up not too bad, so that's what I'm going to reassemble and put these on just to see what it looks like. Let's see if we can get this blue one out. There's the last one. I've replaced all the others. And a bit of solder to get it the heat to transfer over. Now, I'll start wobbling that around. Then it becomes dry joint there, so it's not stuck. I'm going to snip off the top bit, and that comes out, and it's fairly clean. Just about putting a new cable in. Around. A little bit of flux on the solder. There. Just remains to add another piece of wire on here for the goes to the ground, and that is the aerial coils finished. Right, this is what I've got assembled so far, complete with the new cables. Some of them go through the bottom. Of course, this is upside down in the radio, so these go up to the tuning capacitor, and these go off to the tag board or valve pins, depending on the coil. Now then, that was the oscillator mixer and high frequency coils. These are the capacitors that I've removed from all four of the packs. Some have gone a bit high, they all look a bit leaky, dodgy. I decided to replace them all anyway. Slightly out of tolerance. I think one was in, and I've replaced them with these modern ones here. This one here, and another one inside here. I believe there's two on this one, although it's hard to see. At the back, a couple of resistors also been put in. I removed the old carbon resistors, put these new ones in. So all that's left to remain to do for this, I'm going to put in the aerial coils. These two I've made longer. On my model, it's a Mark 7, and it had a dipole antenna connections, aerial connections. And because this is very close, I thought it would use screen cables, but they don't. They're using two cables and they go directly to this contact. So this coil pack almost sits opposite the inside terminal parts of the dipole connection. So that's to go on there. Let me turn it around. What I've been doing is sliding the switch in and out this is just to keep it aligned. So that should go in there. These two, if I remember, go in the middle. There's one. Supposed to go in the middle. Two. Fairly neat. And that then goes through this hole here. Sits on like that. Now all these holes here correspond with holes on the main chassis, and right above these holes are the variable capacitor contacts. So 4 little screws, let's try and get them in. Well, that's the last screw in. There. This shaft I just moved it in and out as I needed to remove a coil, just to keep all the switches in the right orientation. But I'll try and put these on now. I don't think they're in any particular order, they all look the same. Inside is a from Paxolin strip there. Obviously these contacts were very, very close. It's on all of them. There's a little cutout for these ones here, so I'll attempt to get this in. Well, it seems to have gone in quite easily. I'll try and get the second one in. And then I'll put the shaft the other way, I think. Get the other two in. So, another one. I'm not sure if that's the correct grey, but looks quite good. Yes. They are a tight fit. They're definitely making a tight fit indeed. Right, that seems to be squashed. Now I'll try and get the shaft through. I tip it up, you might see, but I'm not sure. It's going to be a bit awkward. That's through the first switch. And hopefully that's it. So that wasn't too painful. Now I'll put the other two in. Let's pull it through now. I suppose I could have taken the shaft straight out one end, but I think it's easier to lock because it's already started. Right. Now I remember trying one of these before on the oscillator coils, and for some reason the switch may have been a bit further forward, and it does rub on this Paxolin here. Alright, let's try and get that in. Little screw holes here for the screws to go in. Now, I didn't take them off, but I've got a box of screws passed over with the stuff, so I imagine that the screws will be in those. and the oscillator, which I know is going to be a bit of a problem. It's such a tight fit. A very snug fit, this one. It's in there. Okay. Very close, some of the components to the edge. Try and get the aerial. Yeah. Switch shaft back in. Should be lined up. That's that last one. Doesn't want to go in there. That's it. Right. So that is my coil pack. That's it. Let's go and find the little screws that go in the very base here. Screw them together. You see underneath where the cables come through these. They go up to the tuning capacitor. There's an earth and the fixed plates on the tuning capacitor. Right, so I need to find the screws to hold that together. I did little drawings on my way. Well, I didn't do the drawings. I've copied them. And I just coloured them in no particular order with the colours. It was just easier to follow and have it and check where everything was. It also gives you an indication here which wires go through the little holes and which go through the notch at the front. So I did one for each. I coloured that one in. And the oscillator one. Just looked a bit easier to follow the cables for checking. So I'm quite happy with that. And next, I'll do the clean up the IF. Now here's the IF. I quickly rubbed the IF can down on this one. I haven't sprayed the top, but it's just normal spray. I might give that another coat. So that's one of the IF cans. This is the BFO one. Okay, thank you for watching, and if you like, click the like, and I'll see you next time.